Robin, you're broadcasting live from home. So we thought we'd take the opportunity to do the pub quiz. Text to speech thinks that my name is Rob Lesbos. I'm not entirely sure that's correct. Faker to Foudra. That's a graphic that I haven't seen before. Many people have called me an idiot because apparently cats do have toes. And I quote this, popping out a new team member born at 9:41 p.m. during the pub quiz last week. Number cat here, that's just what we need. And thank you so much to the Wickham Sound team for the graphic adjustment on Facebook tonight. Thank you, Robin.
Wickham Sound weather.
2 minutes after 8. Now, tonight's going to remain cloudy and wet with further outbreaks of rain through the night. Tell me about it. I was out dog walking earlier and it was absolutely tipping it down. It's going to become increasingly light and patchy during the early hours with some gentle winds. Tomorrow expected to be largely cloudy with a dull day. Occasionally patchy light rain or drizzle at times, although there will be some dry interludes as well. I like the word interlude. Don't get that enough in weather forecasts. 14 degrees is your low tonight. High tomorrow 19. Sunrise tomorrow morning if you're up early enough is at 4:57.
It's the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. Hour 1.
Show 15 then. Yes! We're there. Last one. What a good show we have for you this evening. If you're tuning in on YouTube and Facebook, of course, you can see all the questions. And we have 4 rounds for you tonight. Let's start off by giving you the details of what you can play your jokers on. So, the rounds tonight are going to be Potluck is round 1. If you heard it last week, you'll know all about it. Potluck, where we have 10 questions from many different areas. Round 2 is History. Round 3 tonight, of course, for the final time, is going to be Wipeout. And round 4 this evening, Film and TV. So Potluck, History, Wipeout, Film and TV, round 4. There's 2 quickfire music rounds as well that you can play your joker on. Both music rounds tonight, as always. Tonight it's going to be artist and title, and you may have an opportunity to get yourself a bonus point in there as well. So, Potluck, History, Wipeout, Film and TV, 2 quickfire music rounds as well. A couple of songs to start, and then we'll get going with the quiz. Please send us your team name if you want to play along at home. studio@wickhamsound.org.uk. Studio@wickhamsound.org.uk. Tell us your team name, and most importantly, tell us the round you want to play your joker on. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the song is. Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, Wickham Sound on a Wednesday night, 6 minutes after 8. It's the final pub quiz tonight. Our three-week lockdown pub quiz is finishing tonight. Primarily because the pubs are back open, and so are the restaurants and everything else. So we have 4 rounds for you tonight. You can play a joker on any one of these 4 rounds if you like. Potluck, History, Wipeout, Film and TV, and also 2 quickfire music rounds as well. studio@wickhamsound.org.uk is the email address. If you want to play along at home, just send us your team name and also the round you want to play your joker on to studio@wickhamsound.org.uk, and then we can get you all lined up and start the quiz. Now, if you missed last week's show, you missed a treat. Here's some of the stuff we got up to this time last Wednesday. Question. Yes. All right. Write that down then. 9:18. That's going in the trail for next week.
Previously on the pub quiz.
So Quizzy McQuizface are back again this week after not joining in last week due to, and I quote this, popping out a new team member born at 9:41 p.m. during the pub quiz last week. We would have won last week too. Well, first of all, well done. Who pilots Thunderbird 1? I can never remember what colour Thunderbird 1 was. Blue.
Oh, it's blue. Oh, no, my Thunderbird.
And this is where our dilemma comes, because Team Teletubbies this evening have said that actually it was Rowntree's. Now, here's the thing. Kit Kat was originally made by Rowntree's, but it isn't anymore. And this gives us a bit of a dilemma, because we don't know whether to wipe them out or not. And so we thought the only fair way of doing this is to spin a wheel to see. So if it lands on light blue here, they do get wiped out. If it lands on dark blue, they don't. So here we go. Let's spin that wheel, see where they get. Here it comes. It's nearly there, and it's landed on dark blue, which is good news. So you don't get wiped out. You can have the point. Very good evening. I was there with my laughter, applause and everything, so well done. You get it right. Can I just say hello to Shona? Sent an email into us just before the show tonight. I just need to read this out to you. It says, "Hi Rob, just thought I should get in touch as this might be the last pub quiz you do." No, actually next week, Shona. And thanks again, Rob, and the whole Wickham Sound team for the amazing job you do. Thank you, Shona. Really love that email.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz.
I will always remember.
Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. few people watching on Facebook and YouTube this evening. Hello, Deborah Tarbuck's watching tonight. Simon is watching. Hello, Simon. What else we got here? Janine Binns is watching now. I happen to know that Janine happens to come from Manchester, or just north, actually. Posh bit. Nicola Walker, hello, good evening. And she says hello from the Baby Zoomers. Good to see you're playing here tonight as well. Sally playing tonight as well. Deb Tarbuck saying that she's sad this is the last pub quiz. We're not. Just it's been the highlight of our week over lockdown. Thank you very much for a great 15 weeks. It's a pleasure. Just looking after your peanuts tonight. Oh, another one from saying, oh, you look nice. That's very nice. Sue Buckle saying very good evening as well. Chris Atfield as well. And Liz Shaw saying hola. Good. Well, welcome along, everybody. Are you ready? Let's kick this off then.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. Round 1. Potluck.
So here we go then. 10 questions, 1 point each. General knowledge is the first one in our potluck round. Here we go then. General knowledge, question number 1 then. What colour was Coca-Cola originally? The drink. What colour was Coca-Cola originally? Question number 1 in general knowledge tonight. What colour was Coca-Cola originally? Question number 1. Okay, question number 2, film and TV. What was the name of the girl in Bagpuss? What was the name of the girl in Bagpuss? Question number 2. It's a film and TV question. Simon, Harriet, Matt and Grace are playing tonight in a team, by the way, called Bucks Quiz, which is one of my favourite team names. I like that. You know, we've had, Quiz Team Aguilera is obviously is the common one. I like Bucks Quiz. Simon, Harriet, Matt, Grace, evening team. Good luck tonight. Okay, what was the name of the girl in Bagpuss? Is question number 2. Question number 3 is a literature question. In which city did Anne Frank write her diary? In which city did Anne Frank write her diary? In which city did Anne Frank write her diary? Question number 3 is literature. Okay, question number 4 then is a history question. Who did Jimmy Carter succeed as President of the United States? Who did Jimmy Carter succeed as President of the United States? That's your history question number 4. Question number 5 is geography. Mount Everest is located on the border between which 2 countries? Mount Everest is located on the border between which 2 countries? In question number 5, that's geography. Mount Everest on the border between which 2 countries? It's question number 5. Okay, question number 6 is an art question. Which artist painted the poppy field in 1873? Which artist painted the poppy field in 1873? I'm laughing because I've just seen question 10. I'd forgotten question 10. I like that. It's my favourite question of the night, question 10. We'll get to it in a second. Which artist painted the poppy field in 1873? Question number 6. Question number 7 is a science and nature question, and you are able to count if you wish to. If you've got some gentlemen, watch out, gents. Shirts off. How many pairs of ribs does a man have? How many pairs of ribs does a man have? Now you can count them and you can feel them. Girls, you can be a bit rough with this if you want to. It's fine. Just don't break anything. How many pairs of ribs does a man have? In my head, I've got visions of kind of, manual counting going on. It's not nice. How many pairs of ribs does a man have is question number 7, science and nature. Okay, question number 8 then is a sport question. Who was the manager of Manchester United immediately before Sir Alex Ferguson? Who was the manager of Man United immediately before Sir Alex Ferguson is question number 8, a sport question. Okay, question number 9 then. Who sang, and this is a music question, who sang the title track for the Bond film For Your Eyes Only? Who sung the title track for the Bond film For Your Eyes Only? Question number 9. Who sang the title track for the Bond film For Your Eyes Only? Question number 9, music question. And my favourite question of the night, I think we're peaking early on this one, but we didn't do it now anyway. Question number 10 is a health and beauty question. According to the Anatomy Journal, what is the average width of the human mouth? Now, again, measuring is allowed. We need it within 0.5 centimetres. Now, the way to do this, if you want some advice, if you've got 4 players, measure each one, divide it by 4, and then we'll give you your average, right? So according to the Anatomy Journal, I never knew there was an Anatomy Journal. There clearly is. According to the Anatomy Journal, what is the average width of the human mouth? And we need it within 0.5 of a centimetre, please. There you go. Human mouth. My dentist said I had an abnormally small mouth once. There you are. It happens. Okay, we'll go through these one more time. And then, of course, we've got the quickfire music round for you as well. So question number 1, general knowledge. What colour was the drink Coca-Cola originally? What colour was the drink Coca-Cola originally? Number 2, film and TV. What was the name of the girl in Bagpuss? What was the name of the girl in Bagpuss? Number 3 is literature. In which city did Anne Frank write her diary? Number 4, history. Who did Jimmy Carter succeed as President of the United States? And number 5, geography. Mount Everest is located on the border between which 2 countries? Mount Everest is located on the border between which 2 countries? Is number 5. Number 6 is art. Which artist painted the poppy field in 1873? Which artist painted the poppy field 1873? Science and nature is number 7. How many pairs of ribs does a man have? How many pairs of ribs, if you can find them, that is. Hunt around, push deep. How many pairs of ribs does a man have? Oh. Number 8 then. Who was the manager of Manchester United immediately before Sir Alex Ferguson? Question number 8 is our sport question. Number 9, who sang the title track for the Bond film For Your Eyes Only? And then number 10, health and beauty. Final question in this round. And we need an average. According to my favourite magazine, the Anatomy Journal, what is the average width of the human mouth within 0.5 centimetres? There we go. That is question or round number 1. Potluck. Now, here's a new twist to the game tonight. A new twist to the game. We will play the quickfire music round for you in a second, but right now I'm going to give you the opportunity to win 15 points. Oh, I know, 15 points. We have 3 mystery voices back to back. 3 mystery voices here. We need to know who they are. And I'm going to play it now. We'll run it throughout the entire show. I'll play it at least 5 or 6 times throughout the show. Answers before 10 o'clock tonight when we close. There are 3 voices here. They're all celebrities. We need to know who they are. Here is the first play. Listen carefully.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
There we go. So, 3 mystery voices in there. 2 of them we think are quite easy. 1 of them is a little bit harder. I will play it for you a little bit later on as well, so keep listening for that. Right now, though, we have the featured... We have the mystery voice. No, we don't. What have we got? Quick fire music round. That's it. 10 songs, 10 artists. There's 10 points up for grabs here. The 11th song is backwards, as we did last week. So listen carefully for that. 10 artists, 10 titles, one backwards song. We just need to know what they are. Here they come.
The quick fire music round.
I would away forever, exalted.
On a hot sweet night, you know.
Showing me faces I should never have seen.
Will you tell me maybe that someday we'll all be blue?
And we're glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife.
You're like the love that I'm gonna be.
I feel the magic in your caress. I feel magic. You're shaking my confidence daily. I see your sun is shining. Got me on a mountain top. It's burning like a silver.
The quick fire music round.
Okay, so there we go. 10 songs and one backwards. Studio at wickhamsound.org.uk for answers, please. As you know the drill. And for the very last time, please put your team name and the round you're entering in the subject, and we'll get your answers all totted up. Studio at wickhamsound.org.uk.
This is the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz.
Need branded uniform for your business or club? Speak to the experts at Cressex Embroidery and Print. From printed t-shirts for the up-and-coming hen party, corporate wear for office staff, or heavy-duty.
This is the award-winning Wickham Sound. Online, on Radio Player, on 106.6 FM, and streaming on Facebook Live. It's the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz.
Get out my pub.
26 minutes after 8, we have done round 1. Round 2 will be coming along very, very shortly. Let's say hello to a few people then, first of all. Liz Shaw said hello earlier. She said, we're a bit late. Don't worry, it's fine. We've been waiting for you. Liam Rutland watching this evening as well. Dan Tarbuck has tuned in as well. One of the many Tarbucks as well. There's an entire football team's worth of Tarbucks, it seems. Luke Hashman says, please can you say happy birthday to Belinda, the queen bee of the beehives, from all the... it gets complicated, this, doesn't it? From all the Teletubbies. And he says, go easy on the gin. Well, quite right.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, Belinda. Very good. Thank you very much for spending it with us. Surely there's better things to do on your birthday. But it's very nice to have you here. Right, now, we have a quickfire music round, which I'm going to play you again in just a second. But we also have a mystery voice. There are 3 mystery voices here. Can you guess them? Here they are.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
There we go. 3 mystery voices. We will tell you who they are at the end of the show. 15 points up for grabs there. Okay, quick fire music round then. There's 10 songs, 10 artists, and 1 backwards. We just need to know what they are.
The quick fire music round.
I would away forever, exalted.
On a hot, sweet night, you know. Showing me faces I should never have seen.
Will you tell me maybe that someday, well, I'll be blue.
And we're blowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Blowing like the metal on the edge of a knife.
Your heart beat like a glove, and I'm gonna be.
I feel the magic in your caress. I feel magic. You're shaking my confidence daily. I see your sun is shining. Got me on a mountain top. It's burning like a silver.
The quick fire music round.
Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. We like that, Senorita.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. Round 2. History. Okay,
so round 2 tonight, yes, is history. It's very difficult choosing what rounds to do this evening. I thought we haven't done history for a little while. Everyone likes film and TV, so I thought we'd do those. And so we have 10 questions on history. Are you ready then? Here we go. So, question number 1. What was the first human invention that broke the sound barrier? What was the first human invention that broke the sound barrier is question number 1 in history tonight. What was the first human invention that broke the sound barrier? Question number 2. Who was the last governor of Hong Kong? Who was the last governor of Hong Kong is question number 2 tonight, all in history in this round. Who was the last governor of Hong Kong? Question number 2. Question number 3. Which was the first European country to issue banknotes? What was the first European country to issue banknotes is question number 3 in history tonight. Which was the first European country to issue banknotes? Question number 4 then. Who shot Martin Luther King? Who shot Martha? That was his mother. Who shot Martin Luther King? Who shot Martin Luther King is question number 4 in history. All the questions to get wrong. Okay, question number 5. How long was the 100 Years' War? How long was the 100 Years' War? Number 5. Question number 6 this evening then. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the astronauts on the Apollo 11 space mission to the moon. Who was the third astronaut on Apollo 11? Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the astronauts on the Apollo 11 space mission to the moon, but who was the third astronaut? I think you'll find he was the command module pilot, if we're going to be technically correct here. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were the astronauts on the Apollo 11 space missions to the moon. Who was the third astronaut that went round and round and round? And round. He must have been one of the only people on Earth not to see the moon landings. Had no idea what was going on. Number 7 then. What disease was eliminated in 1979? What disease was eliminated in 1979? That is question number 7. Question number 8. In which year did Tony Blair first become British Prime Minister? In which year did Tony Blair first become the British Prime Minister? Question number 8 tonight. In which year did Tony Blair become British Prime Minister? Question number 9 then. In which harbour did the Mary Rose sink in 1545? In which harbour did the Mary Rose sink in 1545? Question number 9. And then last but not least in this round, question number 10 then. What did the F stand for in John F. Kennedy? What does the F in John F. Kennedy stand for? That is question number 10 tonight. So those are your history questions. Let's say hello to some of the teams then. Bucks Quiz, we mentioned earlier. Very good evening, guys. Thank you for playing tonight. Quizzy McQuizface back, which is very good indeed. I hope all of you are there this evening as well. Little one included. Teletubbies, Baby Zoomers tonight, Palomino, The Beehive, Streets Ahead, and Buckle Massive as well. Buckle Massive back in this evening for the final show. So, good evening to all of you teams, all of those teams who have sent us your your team names and are playing along. And of course, there's many people playing along at home who don't send us their answers. So hello to you guys as well. Thank you very much for joining us for the last show. Right, let's go through these questions one more time in this round. Question number 1. What was the first human invention that broke the sound barrier? Question number 2. Who was the last governor of Hong Kong? Who was the last governor of Hong Kong? Number 3 then, who was the first, which was the first European country to issue banknotes? Question number 4, who shot Martin Luther King? Martin Luther King, number 4. Number 5, how long was the 100 Years' War? Number 6, Neil Armstrong, Buzz Aldrin were the astronauts on the Apollo 11 space mission to the moon. Who was the third astronaut? That's question 6. Number 7, what disease was eliminated in 1979? Number 8, in which year did Tony Blair first become British Prime Minister? Number 9, in which harbour did the Mary Rose sink in 1545? And then the last question is number 10 in the history round. What does the F stand for in John F. Kennedy? What does the F stand for in John F. Kennedy? Right, before I play you the quick fire music round, let me play you the mystery voice. There's 15 points up for grabs here. 3 voices, if you can name them. Here we go.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
Here we go. Those are your 3 voices. 5 points apiece. Can you name them? And as for the quick fire music round, well, there's 10 artists, 10 songs, and a backwards song in here. Sounds a little bit like this.
The quick fire music round.
Exalted.
On a hot, sweet night, you know. Showing me faces I should never have seen.
Will you tell me maybe that someday, well, I'll be blue?
And we're blowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. Blowing like the metal on the edge of a knife.
You're gonna be like love, and I'm gonna be.
I feel the magic in your caress. I feel magic. You're shaking my confidence daily. I see your sun is shining. Got me on a mountain top. It's burning like a silver.
The quick fire music round.
That backwards one's got to be one of the easiest ones we've done, isn't it? I think it has, isn't it? Okay, studio at wickhamsound.org.uk. If you can put your team name and the round you're entering in the subject, then we'll top them all up. You have 5 minutes to get your answers to us, and then we'll do the full answers for round 1 and 2 just after 8:45 tonight. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full...
But why have they taken so long to come back? Mostly, if you're a cricketer, you're stood in a field twiddling your thumbs for an hour and a half, aren't you, really?
Why have you never played cricket? It's the perfect sport for you.
It's like a book. I'd just be sitting on the boundary with a nice book, and if someone had to shout...
The ball's coming, quickly catch.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to play cricket quite a lot, but...
Did you?
Yeah.
What was your speciality?
Very good at catching. Why are you laughing at me not being... Do you think I can't catch?
No, it says you used to play cricket a lot, and I said, what was your speciality? You said, I was a good catcher. I don't believe that's a position in cricket.
No, but the fielding also means running, and I'm terrible at that.
So as long as they didn't hit the ball close to you, you wouldn't catch it, because you would never run and catch.
No,
there had to be very specific conditions for you to be good at cricket, wasn't it?
Had to be also warm as well and sunny.
Okay.
Drive time. Back tomorrow from 4. This is the award-winning Wickham Sound. Online, on Radio Player, on 106.6 FM, and streaming on Facebook Live. It's the Rob Lesperance Wednesday Night Pub Quiz.
Get out my pub.
As always, the quiz whizzing past this evening just doesn't seem to stop, does it? Final pub quiz. We said we'd do it for a few weeks during lockdown. Show 15, last one tonight. Thank you to everyone who's tuned in. If you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook, of course, you get the benefit of seeing all the questions and everything pop up. We can play one more song. I think the lines have now closed for the answers to be submitted. Yeah, we've not. We closed this down, so hopefully they'll all be in by now. One song, and then we'll do the answers. And this. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. This is one band I have never seen live, and I would really love to go and see. Next time they do Wembley or one of those big shows, I think I'm up for that. U2, Pride in the Name of Love. 10 to 9 Wednesday night. Time to do the answers.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. The answers.
Okay, now settle down. Here we go then. Answers time. We're going to start off with round one, which was potluck. We'll move on to history straight after it, and then we'll do the quick fires. Hopefully we'll be able to get you half-time results before 9 o'clock this evening as well. So here we go then. The answers to potluck. Question number one, which was general knowledge. We asked you, what colour was Coca-Cola originally? Now, there is a debate on this, of course, because many people said it was green. However, you will find that that is actually a myth, and that Coca-Cola was originally dark brown in colour. So we're going to take brown as the answer to that. I'm afraid it was never green. Question two, film and TV. What was the name of the girl in Bagpuss? Well, the answer to that was Emily. We used to like Bagpuss. Do you remember Bagpuss?
Bagpuss, dear Bagpuss, old fat furry cat puss, wake up and look at this thing that I bring. Wake up, be bright, be golden and light. Bagpuss, oh, hear what I sing.
Oh, we were so easily pleased back in the 1970s, weren't we? Because when all the mice on the mouse organ went to sleep, I think it was... There we go. Anyway, there we go. Bagpuss. Yes, it was Emily was who we were looking for there. Okay, question number three, literature. In which city did Anne Frank write her diary? Well, that was Amsterdam. Question number three, Amsterdam. Number four then is a history question. Who did Jimmy Carter succeed as President of the United States? It was Gerald Ford. Gerald Ford. Okay, so number five then is geography. Mount Everest is located on the border between which two countries? Nepal and Tibet was what we were looking for. Nepal and Tibet. Okay, question number six then is art. Which artist painted the poppy field in 1873? It was Claude Monet. Claude Monet did the poppy field, and very nice it was too. Number seven then, science and nature. How many pairs of ribs does a man have? I do hope you manually counted these. The answer is 12. 12 ribs. 12 pairs of ribs at least. Number eight is a sport question, which is, who was manager of Manchester United immediately before Sir Alex Ferguson? Well, it was Ron Atkinson. Number nine is a music question. Who sang the title track for the Bond film For Your Eyes Only? Sheena Easton. Sheena Easton did that. Number 10, my favourite question of the night, health and beauty. According to the Anatomy Journal, what is the average width of the human mouth within 0.5 centimetres? So the answer we were looking for was actually 4.63 centimetres. And if you were 0.5 of a centimetre either side of that, you can have the point. 4.63, apparently. I don't know, I've never measured it. You probably have. See what you came up with. Let's move straight on to the answers for round two, which is our history round then. So question number one was, what was the first human invention that broke the sound barrier? It was the whip. Yeah, the whip. Question number two, who was the last governor of Hong Kong? Not Jackie Chan is the answer to that. One of them came in. Not Jackie Chan. It's Chris Patton was the first governor of Hong Kong. Number three then. Which was the first European country to issue banknotes? Well, that was Sweden. Who shot Martin Luther King? James Earl Ray was the answer to that. James Earl Ray. Okay, number five. How long was the 100 Years' War? Well, rather randomly, it was 116 years. 116 years was the 100 Years' War. Number six. Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were, of course, the astronauts on Apollo 11. But who was the third astronaut? Well, that was Michael Collins. Yes, Michael Collins was the answer to that one. Number seven, what disease was eliminated in 1979? That was smallpox. So smallpox eliminated it in 1979. Number 8 then, in which year did Tony Blair first become British Prime Minister? I'm not sure it was first because he hasn't done it twice. An extra word in there, isn't there? 1997, Blair became Prime Minister. Only seems like yesterday. Yes, 1997. Number 9 then, in which harbour did the Mary Rose sink in 1545? Well, it was Portsmouth, and I was coming back on a family holiday from Jersey that year on a car ferry, and we came through into Portsmouth just as they were raising the Mary Rose out of the water. So we had a perfect view. Just saying. Wasn't there when it sank, though. And then question number 10. What does the F stand for in John F. Kennedy? Well, that stands for Fitzgerald. Fitzgerald, apparently. There we go. So John Fitzgerald Kennedy. So let's go through them. The quickfire music round. We'll play it for you again. I'll give you the answers as we go, and then of course I'll do the backwards one in just a second. Here we go then.
The quickfire music round.
Clean Bandit and Rather Be, number 1. ABC, When Smokey Sings. Robbie Williams, Old Before You're Young. Buddy Holly, That'll Be the Day. Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, Meatloaf. It's a good song. Madonna's True Blue was at number 6. Abracadabra, the Steve Miller Band at number 7. Oh Cecilia from the Vamps at 8. Hi Ho Silver Lining, Jeff Beck. Shocking Blue and Venus. Did you get this one? This was easy, I thought.
The quickfire music round.
Yes, the reverse one, of course, was Jackie Wilson and Reet Petit. Wow, and there we go. So 2 sets of answers, 1 quick fire and music round as well. Let's play a song. We'll see if we can get the halftime results in before 9 this evening. And you got Wipeout,
There was
TV and film on the way. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Don't you worry, child. And so we have news then. Halftime numbers are in. In third place at halftime tonight, Teletubbies. Team Teletubbies. Joint second place, Streets Ahead and Baby Zoomers, all to play for you guys. And in first place tonight, Buckle Massive at this stage. However, no one has played their jokers in that lot, so it is all to play for. News on the way. Get yourself a drink and a top up. We'll be back with the quiz in about 5 minutes' time.
National.
Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished.
Montague.
Thank you, Robin.
Wickham Sound weather.
Just gone 9 o'clock on Wednesday evening. Well, it's going to remain cloudy and wet with further outbreaks of rain through the night, becoming increasingly light and patchy, though, towards the early hours with some gentle winds. Tomorrow is expected to be largely cloudy with a dull day with the occasional patchy light rain or drizzle at times, although there will be some dry interludes as well. Some gentle winds tomorrow. Now, temperatures tonight going down to 14 degrees. Highs tomorrow are going to be 19 degrees, and sunrise tomorrow morning is at 4:57.
It's the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. Hour 2.
Second and final hour of the pub quiz tonight, show 15 this evening. So we have a message from the Quizzy McQuizface team. It says a big thank you from Quizzy McQuizface. Rob, you've been amazing. Oh, shucks, if you say so. Not sure what we're going to do with our Wednesday nights now. We'll miss it in the 15 weeks of the quiz. We went from 3 team members to 4. Not sure if it helps you intelligent or not. I'm sure it probably did. There you go. We like that. In this hour then, final hour, 2 more rounds to go. We have, of course, the Wipeout round on the way, and then film and TV to finish us off tonight. Peanuts have arrived for the Tarbucks. It's something that we always kind of wait for at this time of night. Still time to get a top up of drinks. We'll be back with the quiz in just a few minutes' time. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Yeah, but not singing. Jackie Wilson, and Your Love Keeps Lifting Me Higher and Higher. Week 15 of the pub quiz. We have had a lot of fun doing this over the last few weeks. So thank you very much to everyone who's been involved and played along at home. You've kind of made it what it is, so thank you very much indeed. Now, when we finish at 10 o'clock tonight, just after 10, on Facebook and on YouTube, we have like a 10-minute best of. If you've loved the pub quiz over the last few weeks, and you want to relive some of the stupidity, particularly about cats having toes and me attempting to speak French, then we have a little 10-minute thing that we're going to play straight after 10 o'clock tonight. It's not going to be on the radio, but it will be on Facebook and YouTube. So if you're watching online and you fancy watching that and just living the last 15 weeks again, if you can bear to watch it, please do. It's with myself here and Luke, who's been helping on the show, but we'll talk about that a bit later. And that will be on Facebook and YouTube just after 10 tonight.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday Night Pub Quiz. Round 3.
Round 3 is Wipeout. I'm sure you probably have, but if you've never played this before, if you get any question wrong in round 3, we deduct all of your points in round 3, so they all go. Yeah, I know. So you need to be careful. Make sure you send us the answer if you know the answer. Get it right. If you don't know the answer, don't guess it, because if you get it wrong, we will take all your points away. Okay, so 10 questions in the Wipeout round. Here we go with question number 1 then. On what day of the year is St George's Day held? That is question number 1. All the graphics going again. There it is. On what day of the year is the which day is St George's Day held? Is question number 1. I'm going to miss that Wipeout graphic, I think. Might just put it on my phone for fun, just to remind me. Remind me of lockdown. Question number 2 then. What is the currency in Turkey? What is the currency in Turkey? This is question number 2 of Wipeout. Don't know what we're going to do next week. I mean, I've said it before, we'll probably end up going down the pub to celebrate, yeah. What is the currency in Turkey? So we can all stand 2 metres apart and shout at each other. That's what we need to do. Okay, what is the currency in Turkey is question number 2. Question number 3 in the Wipeout round. In which country did the dish of goulash originate? In which country did the dish of goulash originate? It's horrible stuff, isn't it? Yeah, don't like goulash very much. In which country did the dish of goulash originate? Now, number 4, you can work this out if you really want to. How many days were there in February of the year 2000? How many days were there in the February of the year 2000? You can work that out if you've got the will to. You might as well, you may not. Just go, I can't be following that load of old rubbish. Just because it's the last show, give us stupid questions. How many days are there in the year 2, or how many days were there in February of the year 2000? Is question number 4. And number 5 then, what is the acronym for the agency which provides cooperation between police forces worldwide? What is the acronym for the agency that provides cooperation between police forces worldwide? Question number 5. Question number 6 then. At what age does a Jewish boy celebrate his bar mitzvah? At what age does a Jewish boy celebrate his bar mitzvah? That is question number 6. Round 3 Wipeout. Always have a sneaky beer after round 3. That's what they say. Might do that. At what age does a Jewish boy celebrate his bar mitzvah? Question number 6. At number 7, how many inches are there in a yard? how many inches are there in a yard? Is question number 7. Question number 8. And put the freshness back. Can you name the brand? And put the freshness back. Can you name the brand, rather? That's question number 8. Not the band, the brand. And put the freshness back. Okay, question number 9 then. Vulcan was the Roman god of what? Vulcan was the Roman god of what? Question number 9. One more to go. Vulcan was the Roman god of what? Cold War bombers, possibly. Don't know. And question number 10 then. Which country traditionally provides Britain with a Christmas tree for Trafalgar Square in London? Which country traditionally provides Britain with a Christmas tree for Trafalgar Square in London? That's question number 10. And that completes our wipeout round, which is rather good. We'll go through them one more time for you, just in case you miss them. Don't forget, any of these questions that you get wrong, you wipe out the whole round. You don't get any points for round 3. So here we go. Question 1 then. On what day of the year is St. George's Day held? Number 2, what is the currency in Turkey? Number 3 then. In which country did the dish of goulash originate? That's harder to say than it sounds. In which country did the dish of goulash originate? Number 4, how many days were there in February in the year 2000? Number 5, what is the acronym for the agency which provides cooperation between police forces worldwide? That is number 5. Number 6, at what age does a Jewish boy celebrate his bar mitzvah? Number 7, how many inches are there in a yard? How many inches are there in a yard is question number 7. Number 8 then, and put the freshness back. Can you name the brand? Number 8. Number 9 then, Vulcan was the Roman god of what? And number 10, which country traditionally provides Britain with a Christmas tree for Trafalgar Square in London? Don't forget, that is Wipeout. If you get them wrong, or any one of those wrong, we take all your marks away. You don't get anything for round 3. Okay, so before we do the second quick fire mystery round, let me play you the mystery voice. Quick fire music round coming in just a second. Here's the mystery voice. We'll play this a couple more times tonight. We'll do the answers before 10 this evening. There's 3 voices in here, 5 points apiece. Can you name them? Here they are.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
There we go. 3 voices in there. studio@wickhamsound.org.uk is the email address. Answers, please, to that email. studio@wickhamsound.org.uk. Put your team name and the round in the subject so that we can work it out at this end, if you wouldn't mind. How many times have I said that in the last 15 weeks? That's been a few times, isn't it? But you'd be surprised. Still happens. Still people don't listen. Now, second quick fire music round. 10 artists, 10 songs, and a reverse 11th song here. Have a listen. See if you can work out what they are.
The quick fire music round.
Make a record like Wilson, cause I love Summer, no Rachel Wilson. I drift away.
I walked across an empty land.
Our mum, she's so house proud.
And it's all, girl, don't say no. Hey, baby, you really got my tail in a spin. The moment I wake up, before I pull out, it's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't loving you isn't the right thing to do. Sleep,
The quick-fire music round. This is the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. Love what?
Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished.
Online, on Radio Player, on 106.6 FM, and streaming on Facebook Live. It's the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz.
Get out my pub.
£9. It is, of course, a Wednesday evening. Last pub quiz for us for a little while. I do think we might do this again. I have to say, I said this last week actually. This has been a lot of fun to do, and it's been the perfect show during lockdown for us as well. We've been a lot of fun doing it, but we may do it again. I mean, obviously the pubs are open and everything now, but who knows? We might do a couple of specials a little bit later in the year. We'll see. Right, okay, mystery voice then. There's 3 voices in here. Let me play it again for you. Here they are.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
There they are. We think 2 of those are relatively easy. One of them a little bit harder, but we'll see how you get on with that before 10 o'clock tonight. Right, quick fire music round now. It's non-stop this show today, isn't it? 10 artists, 10 titles, and 1 backwards song. Listen carefully, here they are.
The quick fire music round.
Make a record like Wilson, cause I love someone, no Rachel Wilson. I drift away.
I walked across an empty land.
My mum, she's so house proud.
And it's all, girl, don't say no. Hey, baby, you really got me telling you spin.
The moment I wake up, before I pull on,
It's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't
loving you isn't the right thing to do.
The quick fire music round.
Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Thanks for streaming the Wickham Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wickham Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Clean Bandit then a Rockabye. Featuring Sean Paul and Anne Marie, of course. Yes, can't forget them, very important. That ending doesn't really suit the song, does it? It's like the rest of the song is all sort of like upbeat, and then it goes into some sort of like classical piece at the end. Very bizarre, I thought.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. Round 4. film and TV.
So the very last round then is film and TV tonight. We have 10 questions for you. Loads of people playing their jokers on this round tonight as well. And I have news actually before we start on this round. I can tell you tonight that there have been some teams that have wiped out. Already received the results in on round 3. Yes, there are some teams. 1, 2. Not all the results are in. 2 teams so far wiped out. So I'll tell you what the teams are a little bit later. By the way, actually, before we just do a round for film and TV, we do have a steward's inquiry about a question we did around Mount Everest a little bit earlier, about where the 2 countries around Mount Everest. I said that we were looking for Tibet. It was one of them, I think, and we've had a number of people say, well, Tibet's actually in China. So can we have China? We had China as some answers. We will accept China instead of Tibet if you put China. So we've remarked here at this end. If you're playing along at home and haven't sent us your results, China will be accepted as well. So thank you very much indeed. Who was it who sent us that? Oh, it was the baby. No, was it the Baby Zoomers that sent us that? Yeah, Baby Zoomers sent us that. Well done, Zoomers. Very good indeed. Nice. We like a show off on this show. Film and TV then. Question number 1. What was the name of the holiday camp in the TV sitcom Hi-de-Hi? What was the name of the holiday camp in the TV sitcom Hi-de-Hi? Question number 1 in film and TV tonight. With Ted Bovis. Miss Cathcart. Miss Cathcart. Who played Miss Cathcart? What was her name? Oh, what was the name of the woman who played Miss... Oh, I can't think what her name was. You can see her now. Peggy... Oh, no, Miss Cathcart was the... Hang on, Miss Cathcart was the supervisor. It was Peggy who was... Sue Pollard was who played it. That's who it was, Sue Pollard. Okay. Oh, Miss Cathcart. Question number 2. Sorry, distracted there. What was the first product to be advertised on ITV? What was the first product to be advertised on ITV? Question number 2. What was the first product to be advertised on ITV? Question number 3 then. What are the first names of the Blues Brothers? What are the first names of the Blues Brothers? That is question number 3. That's a good film, isn't it? What are the first names of the Blues Brothers? Question number 4. Michelle McManus found her name on which TV show? Michelle McManus found her name on which TV show? That is question number 4. Question number 5. Which actor was the first to play Doctor Who on television? Which actor was the first to play Doctor Who on TV? Question number 6 then. Who directed the film Gladiator? Who directed the film Gladiator? Question number 6. The old Wogan's back. Which Dallas character did Terry Wogan nickname the old poisoned dwarf? Howdy-ho. Which Dallas character did Terry Wogan nickname the poisoned dwarf? As I've said before, my Wogan impression in my head is great.
No.
No, that's enough, thank you. Which Dallas character did Terry Wogan nickname the poisoned dwarf?
Now, Rob, nobody cares.
Yes, that's right. Which Dallas character did Terry Wogan nickname the poisoned dwarf? Question number 7. Number 8 then. In which film do the characters Edward Lewis and Vivian Ward appear? In which film do the characters Edward Lewis and Vivian Ward appear? That is question number 8. 2 to go. We're nearly there, chaps. We can do this. Final 2. Number 9 then. What kind of creature is Sebastian in The Little Mermaid? What kind of creature is Sebastian in The Little Mermaid is question number 9. What kind of creature is Sebastian in The Little Mermaid is question number 9. And this is it. This is the big one. This is the 610th question that we've read out on this quiz. 610 questions. And we finish with this one. Name the 7 characters in the 1970s TV series The Magic Roundabout. Name the seven characters in the 1970s TV series The Magic Roundabout. 610 questions and 2 Wogan impressions on the way. That's not bad, is it? Name the 7 characters in the 1970s TV series The Magic Roundabout. Okay, good. Well, there we go. That's them all read then. Let's quickly recap question 1, or all of the questions from round 4. Question number 1 then. What was the name of the holiday camp in the TV sitcom Heidi High? It's question number 1. Question number 2. What was the first product to be advertised on ITV? That is question number 2. Number 3. What are the first names of the Blues Brothers? What are the first names of the Blues Brothers? Number 4. Michelle McManus found her fame on which TV show? Is question number 4. Number 5. Which actor was the first to play Doctor Who on TV? Number 6. Who directed the film Gladiator? Number 7. Which Dallas character did the old Wogan? There they are. Which Dallas character did Wogan nickname the Poisoned Dwarf? As I say, in my head, that's awesome. You know. Number 8, then, in which film do the characters Edward Lewis and Vivian Ward appear? Number 9, what kind of creature is Sebastian in The Little Mermaid? And then the last question tonight, question 610. Name the 7 characters in the 1970s TV series The Magic Roundabout. There we go. That's probably my second favourite question of the night. Used to love The Magic Roundabout. Very good indeed. So there we have it. The Wipeout round is done. Round 4 TV and film is done. A few bits of housekeeping left. Then we'll take a break, play a couple of songs, and we'll do the answers before 10 tonight. First thing, of course, is to play you for the final time the mystery voice. We kind of need a mystery voice jingle. We don't have one of those. It's too late. Three celebrities in here. 5 points each if you can guess them. Here they are.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
There we go. For the final time, those are your 3 mystery voices. And now on to the quick fire music round. We've got 10 songs, 10 artists, and 1 backwards song. We need to know what they are. Here they are for the last time.
The quick fire music round.
Make a record like Wilson, cause I love Summer, no Rachel Wilson. I drift away.
I walked across an empty land.
My mum, she's so house proud.
And it's all, girl. Don't say no. Hey, baby. You really got my telling to spin.
Moment I wake up, before I put on,
it's in the air, it's in my blood, it's rushing on. I don't
loving you isn't the right thing to do.
The quick fire music round.
There we go. Studio at wickhamsound.org.uk is the email address for the last time. Put your team name and the round you're entering in the subject. Send them up to us. We'll give you 5 minutes to get your answers in, and then we close for the final time. Studio at wickhamsound.org.uk. 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished. Thanks for streaming the Wycombe Sound Pub Quiz. Due to copyright restrictions, we can't play the songs between the quiz questions on YouTube and Facebook. To hear the full programme, including all the songs, please tune in to Wycombe Sound on 106.6 FM in High Wycombe, or you can find us on Radio Player. We'll be back with the quiz just as soon as the songs are finished.
Live, it's the Rob Lesperance Wednesday Night Pub Quiz.
Get out my pub.
So 3, 2, 1, that's it, time's up. We're not taking any more answers on email tonight. So that's it. It's all good, isn't it? what a few weeks it has been. So, just to give you a bit of a few people have asked us just technically how we did this, because of course we're doing this in lockdown as well. Which makes things just a little bit more complicated. So as you know, we're all broadcasting from home. So I'm broadcasting from home. I'm up in Prestwood, near High Wycombe. Luke, who's been helping on this hugely, is based in Wycombe. So he's been doing all of the Facebook pieces. We're broadcasting out on Radio Player and on FM in High Wycombe as well, and on YouTube and on Facebook. So basically what happens is we do the show here. I've had the easy job here. So I broadcast from here. The audio goes down to Luke. Luke then mixes it with YouTube and Facebook, and then it feeds off to the studio, and it goes out on Radio Player on FM as well. And when we did it for the first week, honestly, the first week we did this, we were all over the place. We had no idea what was going to happen. It was mayhem. Show 2 was a little bit better. By the time we got to show 3, actually, we finished the show at the end of show 3 and went, oh, that was a bit easier, wasn't it? And right now, actually, we've kind of got the hang of this. Just end of show 15, we've just about got the hang of it, and it's all working. So yeah, it's good. I have to say, actually, we said this off air last week, just at the end of the show. It's the first time really that we've done sort of like a radio show, but it's also had YouTube and Facebook linked to it as well. And actually for us, it has been really successful. We've had huge amounts of people join us on Facebook and on YouTube. Which has been really great, and it's been nice to be able to share it and do the video. The problem, of course, on Facebook and YouTube, as I've said before, is that you can't play the songs because of copyright reasons. So unfortunately, you have to have some background music. But nonetheless, technically, I think we've cracked it, and it's been a lot of fun to do. One more song, and then we'll do the answers for you, and then we'll reveal who the final winner is on the last pub quiz tonight. This is Lily. Thanks for streaming the Wycombe Sound Pub Quiz. Right, 10 to 10, that's Lily Allen and Not Fair on Wycombe Sound.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz. The answers.
We are on the final furlong here. We certainly are. Okay, so we start with questions for the wipeout round, and then we can see who has wiped out on round 3 this evening. So let's start off then with question number 1 then. On what day of the year was St George's Day held? Well, the answer to that is the 23rd of April. 23rd of April, St George's Day. Question number 2 then. What is the currency in Turkey? Well, it's the Turkish lira. Turkish lira, question number 2. In which country did the dish of goulash originate? Well, Hungary was the place. Hungary. Question number 4 then. How many days were there in February of the year 2000? Well, you can work this out. The answer, it was a leap year. 29 days in February 2000. Number 5 then. What is the acronym for the agency that provides cooperation between police forces worldwide? Interpol. Yeah, Interpol is question number 5. Number 6, at what age does a Jewish boy celebrate his bar mitzvah? He is 13 when he celebrates that. 13 to celebrate the bar mitzvah. Number 7 then, how many inches are there in a yard? Well, the answer is 36. 36 inches in a yard. Number 8, and put the freshness back. Can you name the brand? Oh, okay then. Here we go.
Stale smells up here often come from down there in your carpet. Smells from your dog and tobacco too. Well, Shake and Vac from Glade is here. Do the shake and vac and put the freshness back. Do the shake and vac and put the freshness back. Do the shake and vac and put the freshness back. Shake and Vac in 4 fragrances.
There you go. The Shake and Vac woman. Woman of my desires back in the day. No, not really. Anyway, Shake and Vac. So you can have Shake and Vac as the answer or Glade. If you had either of those, we'll give you the point. Well done. Okay, Vulcan was the Roman god of what? Is question number 9. The answer was fire. And number 10, which country traditionally provides Britain with a Christmas tree for Trafalgar Square in London? Well, that was Norway. So Norway, the answer to question 10. On the wipeout round, let me just have a quick look and see. I think we've had a few people wiped out on that. But I can't see who they are quite now. Let's have a look and see. So we've got... Oh, hang on a second. The wipeout round 3. Yeah, it looks like Beehive was wiped out this evening. Also, Baby Zoomers. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. 2 teams wiped out this evening. But well done. Some of your answers are very good outside of that. Round 4. Let's move straight on to the answers on this then. Round 4, question number 1. What was the name of the holiday camp in the TV sitcom Heidi High? The answer was Maplins. Maplins. Number 2, what was the first product to be advertised on ITV? Well, that was toothpaste. I think it was Gibbs SR, in fact, was the toothpaste. Number 3, what are the first names of the Blues Brothers? Well, that was Jake and Elwood. Jake and Elwood. And number 3 for the Blues Brothers. Number 4, Michelle McManus found fame in which TV show? Well, it was Pop Idol, not X Factor. Pop Idol for Michelle McManus. Number 5 then, which actor was the first to play Doctor Who on ITV? Well, that was William Hartnell, of course, right at the very beginning. Okay, who directed the film Gladiator? Question number 6. Well, that was Ridley Scott. Ridley Scott was who we were looking for there. Number 7 then, which Dallas character did Terry Wogan nickname the Poisoned Dwarf? Well, that was Lucy Ewing. Lucy Ewing. Number 8, in which film do the characters Edward Lewis and Vivian Ward appear? Well, that is, of course, Pretty Woman, which is a great film. Haven't seen that for... We have to watch that sometime. I haven't seen that for ages. Pretty Woman, question number 8. Number 9 then, what kind of creature is Sebastian in The Little Mermaid? What kind of creature is Sebastian in The Little Mermaid? He is a crab. Yes, he's a crab. And last but not least then, Magic Roundabout time. Name the 7 characters in the 1970s TV series The Magic Roundabout. Well, you could have had Ermintrude, Brian, Dougal, Zebedee, Dylan, Florence, or of course, Mr. Rusty.
Zebedee arrived. Time for bed, I think, he said. Already, said Florence.
There we go. Nearly bedtime. So there we go. Yes, Ermintrude, Brian, Dougal, Zebedee, Dylan, Florence, and Mr. Rusty. That answers all your questions, and we've done all the answers in the last 2 rounds. Before we do anything else, though, let's do the mystery voice. Here it is for the very last time. See if you recognise this.
But you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
There were 3 voices in there. Everybody seemed to get the last 2, which was Barack Obama, of course, and Holly Willoughby. The first one was Noel Edmonds. Noel Edmonds was the first one. Have a listen one more time.
That you're quite right to identify.
You can't say it.
I haven't been home yet.
Yeah, there we go. Noel Edmonds, Barack Obama, Holly Willoughby. Those are your celebrity voices there. And of course, as I said before, 5 points apiece if you get that right. Okay, let's do the quick fire music round then. This is the last bit. We have 10 songs, 10 artists, and the reverse one. Are you ready? Here they come.
The quick fire music round.
It's Supertramp and the Logical Song. Rizzle kicks down with the trumpets. Roy Orbison, and you got it. Lily Allen, Somewhere Only You Know. Madness in Our House. Bruno Mars, Marry You. Ronan Keating and Life is a Roller Coaster. Aretha Franklin, I Say a Little Prayer. Justin Timberlake, Can't Stop This Feeling. Fleetwood Mac, Go Your Own Way. Did you get this one?
The quick fire music round.
So the reverse one was McFly and All About You. And there we go. Wow. What a show. What a show. All very good indeed. We are 3 minutes away from the end of the programme. We need to get the answers in for you in just a few minutes' time, and we'll give you the final results. Before I do that, I think we need to do a few thank yous, because there have been some people who've really been instrumental in putting this together. So there's been a lot of people helping, but just some key, some big call outs here. First of all, I want to say thank you to Karen, Mrs. L, who has been all involved in the scoring throughout the last 15 weeks, which has been a huge effort. In fact, I say that she started week 2. Week 1, we tried to do it ourselves and realised it was impossible. Karen has helped from week 2 onwards, so thank you very much. She's been great. Luke, I need to say a massive thank you to, because without him, you wouldn't have seen any of the stuff on Facebook or on YouTube. He's handled all the questions and all the graphics and everything else, and basically handled all the technology getting us on air this evening as well. So, Luke from Wickham Sound, thank you very much indeed. Wickham Sound themselves, it's been to do this for 15 weeks. We started off with 3. They've let us do 15. So thank you very much indeed. And last but by no means least, thank you very much indeed to our listeners who've been taking part on Facebook, on YouTube, on Wickham Sound itself, on 106 in High Wycombe. You guys have been fantastic. In fact, I was thinking about this during the week actually, and without you guys playing along at home, this would never have been as much fun, because actually, from our perspective, it really has been good fun. So thank you to everybody who's made it happen. Highlights for me, well, I think show 1 was Leon Yearwood, and his and giving his prize away to the key workers. That was definitely a highlight. Cat's Toes keeps coming back to haunt me now. I will never ever get away from Cat's Toes. The French episode, speaking French, never again, and having to be corrected by a French teacher.
Fais ce que tu voudras.
Yeah, thank you for that. And of course, I have to say, probably the biggest highlight for us was the Quizzy McQuizface team having a baby as well, whilst during the results from 2 weeks ago. So that is pretty much it. We need to do the answers though, and we need to understand who has won. Thank you. Right, so here we go then. In 4th place, we've got 4 here, this is exciting. In 4th place tonight, Bucks Quiz, with 73 points. Very good indeed, Bucks Quiz. In 2nd place tonight, with 80 points, it's the Teletubbies. Well done, Teletubbies. In 2nd place then, with a massive 81 points. Now we're getting to the sharp end. Streets Ahead. Well done, Streets Ahead. And in first place, absolutely wiping the floor, 98 points. Buckle Massive. Very good indeed. And that is it for the pub quiz. We will try and do some specials later this year. we're looking forward to that after lockdown. Let's all get out and have a few beers and things and a few drinks in the pubs and go to the restaurants. But later this year, we'll do a few specials. We're going to finish here on Wickham Sound and hand over to Don. If you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, stick around because we have a 10-minute best of the last 15 weeks of the pub quiz. So enjoy that. In the meantime, thank you very much to everyone who has played along. We will be back and do the pub quiz again probably later this year. In the meantime, stay safe, look after yourselves, and thank you very much for keeping us company for the last 15 weeks. Ta-da.
The Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz.
Lovely to be here. So Rob, with you broadcasting live from home. So we thought we'd take the opportunity to do the pub quiz.
The pub quiz is over. This is the last few minutes of the pub quiz. So we want to take this time to say thank you to the people that have made this show great. And the serious pub quiz. Yeah, it's not been serious at all. Stop the music. Basically, we want to show off some of our highlights from the last 15 weeks, and we shall start with the high production values that we have here on the pub quiz.
Text to speech thinks that my name is Rob Lesbos. I'm not entirely sure that's correct. Some island somewhere, I think. And thank you so much to the Wickham Sound team for the graphic adjustment on Facebook tonight.
Round 3.
So round 3 this evening, yes, is in fact called Wipeout. They're giving me a sound effect to play with, I'm happy. Rather dramatically, we've turned the screen red as well because we're in the Wipeout round. Can I do the Wipeout thing again? Here we go. There you go. Woo, look at that. That's a graphic that I haven't seen before. That's very impressive. Someone's got way too much time on their hands, is what I can say to that.
I have no idea what he's talking about. Now to one of Rob's favourite subjects that mentioned quite a lot throughout the last 15 weeks. They were in the middle as well of the pub quiz run, and that is Eurovision.
Number 2, 4 Manchester United players have won the Eurovision. Eurovision. Good. They've won. 4 Manchester, Ronaldo and Beckham, they've all been winners of the Eurovision Song Contest. That's what we're trying to say here tonight. Oh, you're old woman. Eurovision. In my head, I think my Wogan impression is pretty good. I've no idea what it is. It's probably not.
Now, over the last 15 weeks, many of you have shared your birthday with us because you had nothing else to do, so we were the only thing left. So thank you for sharing your birthdays with us. And sorry.
We couldn't let Amy's birthday go by without a little bit of a celebration, so we have a few little photos. Everyone want to know what Amy's like? She's lovely. We've got a few little photos of Amy here. Let's get rid of the fireworks and have a look at photo number 1. Photo number 1 is here. There we go. That is Amy asleep on a bus. That's nice, isn't it? There she is. Also, so boring that the woman behind her seems to have fallen asleep as well. That's rather entertaining. So that's our first photo of Amy. You might be interested. Photo number 2 is Amy being very rude in a park, sticking her tongue out at us with the world's biggest pair of headphones on. Look at those. Huge. Headphones like that. I used to have a pair of headphones like that in about 1978. It's very rude, Amy.
We'll leave that there. Moving on very swiftly to animals. Many questions about animals, some subjects about animals as well over the last 15 weeks. But one animal got quite a lot of airtime.
Last but not least, last question of the evening. How many claws does a domestic cat have? How many claws does a domestic cat have? That is your last. That might be my favourite one. And you can count them as well. If you've got a cat, you can have a go at that. How many claws does a domestic... question from Pippa here says, what if the cat has extra toes? Well, Pippa, first of all, cats don't have toes, do they? They have paws. They don't have toes. They don't have toes. Oh, hang on a second. Do cats have toes? I don't think they do. I don't know. If it's got extra toes, it's probably not a normal cat, is it? Anyway. Just before 20 to 10 tonight, during the ads there, you might like to know, many people have called me an idiot because apparently cats do have toes. I never thought I'd be talking about cats' toes this evening, but it is apparently a thing. Never really thought about it before, but yes, I suppose they do. So, in third place... Hello, we've got a cat here. That's just what we need, isn't it? In third place tonight with 50 points.
From animals to languages, another subject that came up quite a lot in the pub quiz. One language, though, Rob struggled with.
Okay, question number 3 this evening. I'm going to have to speak a little bit of French here. What has the motto "Fais que ça te voudra," which basically in French, the translation, because clearly my French is just awful. I can't do I know that's not how you say it. It means do what thou wilt. Fais Q-U-E. Luke, how do you say Q? Eh? Care. Fais que te voudra. It's falling apart already, everybody. Fake K to Voudra. Anyway, now earlier on we did a High Wycombe quiz, and I was attempting some French when I said what had the motto, and I tried to say it, which is the French translation of "do what thou wilt," which was slightly embarrassing because I couldn't get it right at all. To the point whereby a French teacher has now recorded the answer to this on his phone and pronounced it properly and sent it through to us, and it sounds like this.
Fais ce que tu voudras.
There you go. That's very nice of you.
Fais ce que tu voudras.
Thank you very much indeed. That's made me feel very silly now. One more time.
Fais ce que tu voudras.
Thank you very much, Luke Ashman, French teacher. And apparently he said my pronunciation was like a bottom of the class year 7.
Well, it's true. And that's it. Those are the highlights from the last 15 weeks. I'm sure there'll be many that we've forgotten about and that we'll find over the next couple of weeks as well. Thank you to everyone that's been playing and has been talking on Facebook and YouTube. It's been great. We will leave you in this little highlight package with some of the nice messages we've had over the last 15 weeks as well.
So Quizzy McQuizface are back again this week after not joining in last week due to, and I quote this, popping out a new team member born at 9:41 p.m. during the pub quiz last week. We would have won last week too. Well, first of all, well done. Very good indeed. Congratulations. That's fabulous. Thank you very much indeed. What is really interesting though about that message is it suggests that you were actually playing the pub quiz last week whilst in labour, which is very commendable. If that is what you did, I think you should get a prize for that. Very good indeed. Well, I hope everybody's well and healthy, and it's lovely to have you back with us this week. Really, congratulations from the team at Wycombe Sound. Rob is a lovely name, by the way. If Rob, just saying, or Robert, yes, because it's a timeless name. Just sort of like sow that seed there anyway. Congratulations, McQuiz Faces. That's fantastic news. Fantastic news. Before I do that, can I just say hello to Shona? Sent an email into us just before the show tonight. I just need to read this out to you. It says, "Hi Rob, just thought I should get in touch as this might be the last pub quiz you do. My friends and I and husband, in brackets, have been getting together via WhatsApp every Wednesday night since the very beginning to take part. We called ourselves the Grizzly Bears, but we have never submitted our answers as we're not that good. I'm sure you are. Anyway, apparently they end up chatting too much. It says, "You've really cheered us up during this difficult time of lockdown and furlough, and we've all really enjoyed the last 3 months. The highlights for them include my goddaughter Natalie's birthday in April, counting my cat's toes." Cats don't have toes, I've said this before. "And my husband trying to count my teeth and still getting it wrong. Please read this out and give a big shout out to the team just before you start the quiz, as they may have all shut up by then. Or please mention Sophie, Natalie's sister, who sometimes joins us from Canada. And thanks again, Rob, and the whole Wycombe Sound team for the amazing job you do." Thank you, Shona. Really love that. Let me just go back to last week, because if you didn't hear, we were really close to the end of the show. And we had so many people emailing us in, we weren't able to calculate all the scores before the end of the evening. So a little bit later, we went back onto Facebook Live and announced the winner. And this is what happened.
Previously on the Rob Lesperance Wednesday night pub quiz.
What an evening we've had. We're back on Facebook Live here and also on YouTube. But we wanted to let you know who the winners were this evening from our pub quiz. And in first place, winning our prize tonight, he got 53 points, and it's Leon Yearwood. So well done to Leon. I don't know whether Leon's actually on Facebook Live at the moment. I'm not sure I can see if he's on there at the moment. Well done to Leon. We've just had a message from him, which I have to say is fantastic. We mentioned that in third place came Team Harry Decking, which is the paramedic. I think it's Chris the paramedic and Kim, his wife, who are obviously some of our key workers. Leon has just come through and said, "Hi Rob, could you please send the prize to the paramedics team that came third? Like all staff working on the front line, they absolutely deserve it." I have to say that's an amazing end to the night, and a very kind gesture. Leon, thank you very much indeed. We weren't expecting that at all, but it's a lovely gesture. Absolutely, we will pass that gift on to them, and that prize on to them. I'm sure they'll absolutely love it. And